Om. 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 Saishwaraya vidmahe Satyadevaya dhimahi Tanna sarva prachodayat. Hari Om. Om Gananam Tva Ganapati Gum Havamahe Kavim Kavinamupamashravasthamam Jeshtarajam Brahmanam Brahmanaspata Anashunvan Nutibhisida Sadhanam Prano Devi Saraswati Vajenivati Dhinam Vitrayavatu Ganeshaya Namaha Saraswatyai Namaha Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om. Sai Ram.
Om Shri Sai Ram. I welcome all of you today to the 95th birthday celebration of our Bhagawan. This is an humble offering by Bangalore East, Mahila Vibhag. I now request Chandrasekhar Sir, District President, Bangalore East, to tell about this event. Sai Ram.
Om Shri Sai Ram. Offering my most loving and prayerful salutations at the divine lotus feet of our beloved Bhagawan. On behalf of all the devotees of Bangalore East, I place our collective gratitude at Bhagawan's lotus feet. I would like to just brief all the participants and all the devotees who are watching this offering about the intent behind this offering. Bhagwan's birthday, especially that which comes every 5 years, is normally celebrated with a lot of pomp and grandeur. This year, however, because of the pandemic, we did not have the chance to come together unitedly and offer our gratitude physically to Bhagwan. So it was felt that the best gift that we can give Bhagwan is to give something that is our own. Bhagwan does not need any material gifts because he has, everything belongs to him. But the only thing that Bhagwan asks from each one of us is our heartfelt gratitude. And the best way to show the gratitude is to actually think about his life, his mission, his message, and see how we can contribute in our own little way to his mission. So, in spite of having a lot of constraints, I understand that many, those who are participating in this program as well, are not very familiar with the virtual platform. And yet, we have collectively decided that we will just give 1 minute of our time and offer it to Bhagwan. We have come up with 4 themes which cover Bhagwan's life, his work, the various roles that he has played in his human form, and ultimately his message. These are the four themes. So, from his life to his message, that's the journey. These four themes are being led by the four different wings. Today, the Mahila wing is going to sort of present the sweet and nectarine story of Bhagwan, and we titled it as Shri Sathya Sai Divya Kathamrita Manjari. Bhagwan is our story writer. He writes all our destinies. But what about his story? So we named it as the story writer's sacred story. The next offering will be by the gents of the spiritual and service wings, and they will be taking us through the human contribution that Swami has done in Karma, Bhakti, and Jnana Marga, work, worship, and wisdom. So these are the lifelines for our liberation that Bhagwan has given us. So we titled this as Lord's Lifelines for Our Liberation. The next theme would be by the youth, the gents youth, and they will be identifying the various roles that Bhagwan has played in his earthly sojourn. And so we called it the Master's Mind-Boggling Mystery, Leela Manusha Veshadhari. And finally, the core message for which Bhagwan has descended onto earth will be by the Balvika's children, and the theme is the Messiah's mesmerizing message, Sanatana Sandesha Chari. These are the four themes in this offering, and I would like to specifically mention to the participants that this is not a performance, this is an offering. And the difference is, in an offering, what we do is Sarva Karma Bhagavat Prityartham, Sarva Karma Bhagavat Arpitam. All the sadhana that we have done to get to where we are, actually, the effort and the sadhana that we put in to reach here is the actual offering. This presentation that is going to happen today is only a byproduct of that. So Bhagwan has already received all the effort and sadhana that each one of us have put in terms of searching for the different various aspects of Bhagwan's life and the landmark events, and then collating that information, thinking about Bhagwan and his life. That itself is the sadhana that has already reached Bhagwan. I remember once when Bhagwan was, one devotee was desperately trying to give a letter, Bhagwan told him that, the moment you thought about it and the moment you wrote the letter, that is the original that has already reached me. This is only a Xerox copy. So all our sadhana has already reached Bhagwan, and let us do our best in terms of presenting it at his lotus feet. I should mention here that and appreciate the enormous amount of hard work that all the participants and the resource persons have put in for making this offering. I congratulate each one of them and pray to Bhagwan that he accepts this humble offering. Sai Ram.
Sairam, now we'll have an introduction about this program by Sister Ashwita. Sister Ashwita.
Beloved Saima, respected elders, brothers, and sisters, Swami is the substratum, the substance, the separate and the sum, the Sat, the Satyam. He is the awareness, the activity, the consciousness, feeling, the willing and the doing, the Chit, the Shivam. He is the light, the splendor, the harmony, the melody, the ananda, our Sundaram. Such is our beloved Bhagavan. Even with all the combined intelligence of human brain and the lifetimes put together, we will never be able to comprehend the expansiveness of our beloved Swami. His life message has always been of love. In a humble offering with all our love, the Mahila Vibhag of Bangalore East is trying to capture but a small speck in his elaborate grand scale of things. The 95 presentation that we are going to trace is a timeline from the advent of the divine avatar to Swami leaving his mortal coil. The biography of Swami is captured in Satyam Shivam Sundaram, written by Sri N. Kasturi. Surrendering at Thai lotus feet, we embark on the beautiful journey of a loving Swami. Sai Rams.
Sairam. Now we would start this wonderful journey of the 95 facets of Swami's life.
Prophecies of the advent of Sri Sathya Sai Baba. The advent of Avatar is visualized by saints. Prophecies of the advent of Sri Sathya Sai Baba. The advent of Avatar is visualized by saints centuries before the actual descent takes place. Ancient scriptures and in abundance predicted the advent of avatars thousands of years before the Master actually graced the earth. In 1963, Swami revealed that Sage Bharadwaja was blessed by Lord Shiva that he will be taking birth in his Gotra 3 times Shiva, Shiva Shakti, and Shakti, corresponding to Shirdi Sai, Sathya Sai, and Prema Sai. In 16th century, Nostradamus, a French astrologer, predicted that 300 to 400 years from now, there will be three great saints. Venkavaduta, the guru of Bhagwan's grandfather Kundamaraju, told him, Bhudevi, the Mother Earth, weeps. So Narayana has to come. He will take birth in your family. He will love you. He will play on your lap. When Shirdi Sai Baba was about to leave his physical form, he told his devotees that he will be taking rebirth exactly after 8 years. Shirdi Baba left his mortal coil in 1918 and Sathya Sai Baba incarnated in 1926, the exact span of 8 years. Sai Ram. Puttaparthi, Sai's chosen Leela Kshetra. The story of Puttaparthi is no less mystifying than the advent of Sathya Sai. Many years ago, Puttaparthi was called Golapalli, village of cowherds. One day, a cowherd noticing that his cow returned from her pastures with little milk left in her udders, investigated and found that cow was suckling a gentle serpent. Enraged, he hurled a stone at the cobra. The snake pronounced a curse before it died for taking away my life so stone-heartedly This place will soon be filled with stones, snakes, and anthills. Soon, the anthills popped up all over the place and cattle dwindled, and the name Golapalli became a misnomer. Since anthills thrived, it was called Puttavardhini, which with time became Puttapatti, meaning a village of anthills. According to mythology, Lord Shiva has a snake around his neck. Lord Venkateshwara stayed in an anthill and drew milk from a cow. Lord Subramanya also emerged from anthills, and sage Valmiki was in deep penance in anthills. Puttaparthi, a tiny hamlet located in Andhra Pradesh, was described in the 1960s as a stone's thrown away from Stone Age. With the magic touch of Bhagawan, it has now transformed into the spiritual capital of the world. Sai Ram. Ishwaramma, Mother of Universal Mother and Father. Mother Ishwaramma was first named as Namagiri Amma. At the time of birth, she married Pedda Venkama Raju, the eldest son of Kondama Raju, Swami's grandfather. Remembering the words of Venkavaduta, his guru, he started calling her Ishwaramma. As years rolled by, the couple was blessed with a son and two daughters. Later, one fine morning, Mother Ishwaramma set out to draw water from the well on the picturesque hills beyond the village. A bright blue light came down from the heavens and entered her womb, and she fell unconscious. The Lord entered into her womb with the color of azure, ever so pure, resolving his birth to the chosen mother. And so the birth was Pravesha, entry by will, and not Prasava, conception. The pious mother was an ideal of womanhood, and her wishes for the residents of Puttaparthi materialized into mammoth of social welfare projects. Sai Ram. Swami's birthplace and year significance. November 23rd, 1926, a Kartika Somavara in the Telugu calendar of Akshaya, never declining the ever full, is a red letter day in the history of mankind. Divinity incarnated in human form as Ratnakara Venkata Satyanarayana Raju. Shortly before his birth, musical instruments in the family home are said to have played all by themselves. On 23rd morning, Ishwaramba, while she was immersed in the performance of a Satyanarayana Puja, got labor pains. However, she was undeterred and continued her ritual. Her mother-in-law, Lakshmamma, gave the prasadam of the puja to her daughter-in-law to partake, and the divinity himself manifested at 5:06 a.m. as prasadam for all mankind. When the baby was placed on a blanket, someone noticed movement under his blanket on the floor and found a deadly cobra, which for some reason had not harmed the baby. Adishesha had come to have darshan of Shesha Sai. Sairam. Satya's education. Satya went to elementary school at Puttaparthi. At the age of 8, Satya proceeded to the highest elementary school at Bukkapatnam, about 2.5 miles from Puttaparthi. He had to start early after a meal of cold rice and curd or cooked ragi, rice and chutney, carry the afternoon meal in a bag, and with his companions make the arduous trek daily to Bukkapatnam. Later, Mr. Seshamaraju, Satya's elder brother, went to Kamalapuram to qualify as a teacher, and he wanted Satya to go continue studies in the board middle school, then to college, and eventually end up as a big officer in the government. On the request of Sri Tammiraju, the teacher in charge, Satya wrote and acted in a play titled Cheppinattu Chestara, meaning, do we practice what we preach? Meanwhile, Seshamaraju was transferred to Uravakonda and joined Satya at Sri Kariba Savasami District Board High School. The town of Urvakonda would be witness to the momentous transformation of the young child into a great spiritual master who would change the very destiny of mankind. Sai Ram. Pandari Bhajan Mandali. Bhajans means group devotional singing of the glory of God. Karnam and his wife Subhamma were the first in the village to start Pandari Bhajans. These are the songs sung in the adoration of Lord Vithala of Pandharpur. When Sathya was about 10 years of age, he formed a Pandari Bhajan group in the village of Puttaparthi. The group consisted of about 16 to 20 boys dressed uniformly in the ochre clothes. They all danced to the tune of folk songs describing the yearnings of pilgrims for Lord Panduranga's darshan. They carried a harmonium and drum for music and performed in the surrounding villages. The children walked 10 to 12 miles on foot for these performances. Moreover, it was observed that when an epidemic cholera swept villages around, Puttaparthi remained unaffected. Wise men believed that the divine atmosphere generated by the bhajan group was responsible for saving their lives. Sai Ram.
The sticky chair, divine stand-up comedy. When Sathya was studying at Bukkapatnam, the teacher handling a particular class hour noticed that Sathya was not writing down what was being dictated, and as punishment, asked Sathya to stand up on the bench. Sathya obediently did. After a while, when the period ended, Mr. Mehboob Khan entered the classroom and to his utter surprise saw Sathya standing upon the bench. To his astonishment, he discovered that this teacher was not getting up from the chair because he was stuck or glued to it. Whenever the teacher tried to get up, the chair also lifted in a flash. Khan understood the problem. He asked Satya to get down the bench and the stuck teacher promptly got to his release. Years later, Swami disclosed that this drama was staged not to inflict humiliation on the teacher concerned, but to make people conscious of his divine power. Humiliation is something that does not exist in Swami's dictionary. Sai Ram.
Ramesh and Paresh, ideal friends. At school, Swami had two good friends named Ramesh and Suresh. Three of them used to share the desk with Swami in the middle. Ramesh and Suresh on either side of the Swami. Once at Kamalapuram, the drill master organized a trip to the animal Pushpagiri fair, and all boys were required to wear a khaki knickers and shirt. Ramesh was rich and sensing that Swami could not afford, quietly slipped an extra pair below a Swami's desk. When Ramesh insisted that Raju take the clothes, Raju said, if you really want my friendship, this kind of giving and asking me to take gifts from you is not right. Maintain the purity of relationship and do not think of giving me such gifts. When I wrote that note, that boy Ramesh could not do anything and took back the khaki uniform. After Swami's avatar declaration, he left Urvakonda and returned to Parthi. Unable to bear his separation, they died and they were reborn as puppies to live in his present. Swami named them as Jack and Jill. These two were also brave. Their last hut is Lotus Tree. Sai Ram.
Scout camp at Pushpagiri Hill. Once the drill master at the Kamalapuram school asked all the boys to volunteer as scouts to render service at the Pushpagiri's annual cattle fair. Not being able to afford the expenses of the khaki uniform and travel, and Swami tried to excuse himself. He even refused to accept the uniform from his friends. However, on the insistence of his classmates, he arranged money by selling his unusual textbooks. His sister-in-law accused him of stealing that money and even took that away. While others reached by bus, Swami walked the entire distance of 11 kilometers on foot, and the young lad carried out the duties sincerely. Unable to afford the scout uniform, he wore the only piece of clothing he had. Living frugally, spending little on food, Satya skipped many meals and drank water to fill his stomach. The little boy even saved some money to pick up gifts for his family in Kamalapuram. Yet, when awaited, him was a severe punishment, for his absence led to lack of drinking water supply at home. Swami later revealed that he deliberately created such painful situations to impart the value of forbearance and equanimity. Saira.
The change begins. The scorpion's stung. On March 8, 1940, was a turning point. Satya was stung by a scorpion. However, Satya slept that night without any sign of pain. When Satya fell unconscious and became stiff next evening, Sheshwa Raju brought in a doctor who gave an injection and some medicine. Satya was apparently unconscious throughout the night. The doctor came again and declared that boy is out of danger. An incident that happened in the night which showed that Satya was not unconscious but that he was actually subconscious. So people hurried to the temple and to worship the god and placed some flowers and broke a coconut. At that very moment, Satya said, "The coconut has broken into 3 pieces." After which, Satya began to behave in an extraordinary way. Baba has said that he himself initiated the process of manifestation. He wanted to demonstrate that he is beyond wish and vishay. Sairam.
When Swami initially declared, "I am Sai Baba," the world was not ready to receive this inconvenient truth. The family and friends of young Satya found it very strange when Swami performed some of the divine acts. They in fact thought that he was possessed by some ghost. Not able to bear his abnormal behavior, the parents were so worried and wanted to save the child at any cost. So, little Satyam was taken to a dreaded exorcist who first shaved the boy's head and made brutal cross marks on it. They not only poured 108 pots of freezing cold water on him, but also applied a strong paste out of herbs onto his head and into his eyes. But Satyam remained calm and composed for all this treatment. This kind of courage, fearlessness, and adherence to what we call as the inconvenient truth comes only because of zero body attachment. That is the message Swami drives home through this message. Sairam.
One Thursday, 23rd May 1940, Satyanarayana Raju returned home from school, threw away his bag, and declared to his family and few neighbors, "I am Sai Baba. I belong to Apastamba Sutra and of Bharadwaja Gotra. I have come to ward off all the troubles of humanity and to spread love and peace." His father asked him to testify his claim. He immediately asked for some jasmine flowers that were arranged for puja and cast them on the floor. To everyone's surprise, the flowers fell in an orderly arrangement of the word Sai Baba in Telugu. This connection of jasmine flowers go way back to Shirdi Sai Baba. The day after his Mahasamadhi, Shirdi Sai came in the vision of Dasganu and asked him to share jasmine flowers on his Mahasamadhi. It is still believed that Sai Baba's presence can be felt through the fragrance of jasmine flowers. Sai Ram.
Swami says, "My light is my message." So every instant in Swami's life gives us some good message. In the journey of Swami's life, after 23rd May 1940, that is when young Satya said, "I am Sai Baba," his brother Seshamaraju sent him to school in Burvakonda. Ramaraju, municipal chairman of Bellari, who adores Swami, requested Satya and Seshamaraju to join them in Hampi Virupaksha pilgrimage. They reached Virupaksha temple along with other pilgrims, but Swami insisted that he won't come inside, that he is having stomachache. Everyone except Swami are inside temple. At the time of Arati, to everyone's surprise, they are seeing Swami in the sanctum. Seshamaraju got angry that why did his brother sneak inside? He furiously came outside but wanted to see Swami outside under a tree. He asked someone to check inside and he stood bewildered over his reply that they are able to see Satya inside also. Ramaraju, after seeing Swami, undoubtedly said, Raju is Virupaksha and Virupaksha is Raju. As a mark of affluence, he offered gold collar pin to Swami. But on 20th October, Swami lost the pin on his way to school in Urvakonda. Baba demonstrated that Maya or any illusory attachment could not bind him any longer. Sairam.
On this remarkable day, 20th October 1940, young Satyam lost his collar pin at school. On the way back home, Satyam knew that it was not the collar pin that is lost. It is Maya that's lost. Maya has left. As he reached home, he threw his book's bag away and declared that he is no more Satyam and he doesn't belong there. He is none other than Sai and his bhaktas are awaiting for him and he have a mission to carry on. Then he immediately left to Commissioner Anjaneyalu's bungalow garden. He sat on a rock there. Seeing the young Sai's aura, devotees started gathering. And on this day, Swami gave his first message to the mankind in the form of bhajan, Manasa Bhajare Guru Charanam. This was the auspicious day the Avatar himself declared his descent for mankind's ascent. Sai Ram.
Mother Karnam Subbamma was the foster mother of Swami, like Mother Yashoda to Lord Krishna. Yashoda Mai of Swami had greater opportunity to shower her affection on Bala Sai than Mother Ishwaramma. Mother Subbamma had immense love and devotion for the Lord. She used to search for Swami and made sure he ate her food. She had Swami himself in her house for some years until the building now called Old Mandir was built in 1944. She looked after the comforts of pilgrims. Food was cooked for all pilgrims in her house and the grinding stones in her house never stopped. Swami assured her that at the time of her death, he would be present. As assured, he returned from Madras and gave her tulsi water, while others believed that she was dead long ago. Swami can effortlessly, by his mere will, raise anyone from the dead, avert an impending death, or prolong the life of anyone he chooses. He can do, undo, or change the course of action at will, which proclaims his omnipotence. Sai Ram.
Swami's leelas are always unfathomable. The year 1945 was no such exception. It was a festival time. Swami, along with his devotees, went to the houses in every village and partook some food as prasad. But in one particular house, Swami showed more enthusiasm and demanded more of that particular food. He made sure his devotees didn't take a morsel of that. In the evening, at Subbamma's house, Swami reasoned out about why he showed so much enthusiasm and also the foolishness of the people of that house. When people laughed, Swami vomited the vadas whole. People surrounding Swami saw this, were shocked, scared, and worried about Swami. But Sai said that this was not an attempt to harm him, but to test whether he would survive the poison. Swami not only forgave the lady, but also gave her an idol of Lord Kartikeya. There is no greater example than this of returning good over the evil. As the days passed by, the devotees thronged in large numbers. To accommodate them, Swami decided for a bigger mandir. Sai Ram.
Let me narrate one of the tribulations Swami himself had to go through as an avatar at the age of 14, after Swami came out of his home declaring Avatarhood. Karnam Subbamma gave Swami a small piece of land near Gopal Swami temple to stay, and a small room was built with a thatched roof made up of dry grass. One day, few bad and evil-minded persons who didn't believe and like Swami set this roof on fire in the night. The fire spread and the roof was full of flames. Suddenly, there was a heavy rain, and wonder of wonders, it rained on top of the hut only, nowhere else. The flames and the fire were extinguished. Next day morning, Venkamma, Karnam Subbamma, Kamalamma, and Ishwaramma came crying to Swami. The roof had burned down completely and the walls were bare. They were astounded to see Swami sleeping peacefully on the bed as if nothing has happened at all, and he was resting with no disturbance. After this, Karnam Subbamma took Swami to her home to stay. Swami had his share of detractors, tribulations, and showed his divinity to all like this to change the minds of people and nature, which follows his command, did her share to prove his divinity, and the story of Sathya to Sai continues to unfold. Sai Ram.
Mandir was inaugurated on December 14, 1945, which was on Vaikunta Ekadasi day. That day, Mandiram got decked up with so many beautiful flowers and garlands, and Swami also actively participated in preparing the garlands. In 1945, only Sathya Sai Bhajan Mandali got formed, and they only have sent the invitation of Graprasam of the Patha Mandiram on behalf of the there was a beautiful chariot procession on Graprasan day, followed by bhajans. In those olden days also, bhajans used to happen 2 times a day at 11 a.m. and evening at 8 p.m. Through bhajans, Swami promoted 3 Ds to among the devotees, which are devotion, dedication and discipline, which are very important for us. At Pathamandiram, Swami used to get up very early in the morning at 3 a.m. and he used to do the cleaning and arranging the altar by himself. At 6 a.m., devotees used to give holy bath to Swami by applying oil to his hairs, hands and legs. At 9 a.m., Swami used to come out so fresh and vibrant after the holy bath. And for breakfast, Swami used to mix all the breakfast items and used to have little and share and distributing the prasadam to all the devotees. At 9:30, devotees used to perform Pada Puja to Swami by offering Haldi Kumkum with Devi Stotram. Every day evening, Swami used to take the devotees to Chitravathi river to show all his leelas. That's how all the devotees used to have so many blissful experiences with Swami at Pathamandiram. Sairam.
It is often said that creation itself is a leela of God, and indeed it is. Every day, Sai would shower his love in his own unique way by taking a few devotees out to the Chitravathi sands for a memorable evening of leelas. Here are a few of them. Swami used to materialize idols out of the sand, which was made of Panchaloha and many more. He would materialize out of the sands idols of Krishna, Shirdi Sai, etc. Once, Swami gave his mother an idol of Ganesha without full-length trunk. When asked, Swami told to do Abhishekam every Sunday and the trunk would grow to normal size. It happened the same way. This is one such incident which tells us that we cannot estimate the value of his gifts. Swami also gave talks about many spiritual topics and conducted bhajans on the sands of the Chitravathi river. It was not always a case of pulling objects and eatables out of the sand pile. There were terrifying moments too. The devotees experienced a totally new miracle in which they saw the head of a huge snake transformed into the strikingly beautiful countenance of our Lord Sai. One evening, Swami made the hot blazing sun and the cold moon appear behind Swami's head. Swami also gave the Trinetra Darshan to his devotees. Sairam.
This temple binds both Shirdi Sai and Parthi Sai. The foundation stone for this first ever Shirdi Sai idol in the world was laid on 10 July 46 and inaugurated by Swami on 3rd February 1949. Swami first installed Lord Ganesha, materialized Navaratnas, golden flowers, Sri Chakra, put it in the pit, installed Lord Shirdi Sai and did Prana Pratishtha. This Prana Pratishtha he did for 10 years. And in 1984, he mutilated Sudarshan Chakra and placed under the idol to remove enemies inside and outside. This temple has Ganesha, Nagasai, Stupa and Navagrahas. Silver Jubilee Stupa was inaugurated by Swami on 3rd February 1973. The top of Stupa is a lotus with divine lamp to signify the blossoming of spiritual wisdom. And Stupa also has Vigneshwara, Muruga, Dakshinamurti, Venugopal Swami and messages of unity of all faiths. Swami said, "This is my first mandir and spiritual center gifted to humanity." 25th January 1985, Swami inaugurated Navaratnas, created Sri Chakra with 9 planets, placed it under Lord Surya and did Prana Pratishtha. Mr. Lokanath Murliar was the instrument to build this temple with Swami's guidance. Sairam.
Navaratri with Swami in 1946. In 1940s, Putparthi was a small village. However, at festival time, it was quite a busy place, centered on spiritual celebrations with focus on Sri Sathya Sai Baba. In 1946, Navaratri festival was a unique celebration filled with spirituality and miraculous events. Ashram was decorated with flowers. Devotees adorned Swami with garlands. This day, devotees witnessed miraculous events. White vibhuti was streaming from the Swami's forehead in heaps. Thus, Vijayadashmi 1946 was spiritually charged holy event orchestrated by Swami and witnessed by fortunate devotees. So, from then on, Dasara festival is being celebrated and includes Veda Purusha Yagna and Kalasha Stapana Puja. Sairam.
First birthday. This historic day, Baba's birthday was celebrated in the Mandir as a major festival for the first time. All the devotees proceeded to the Lord's parental home with the musical instruments and sacred Purna Kumbha vessel. After preparing the Pada Puja, the devotees offered garlands and new clothes to the divine parent and invited them for their son's birthday celebration in the Mandir. The stage in front of Mandir was decorated with the Rangoli. Baba sat a beautiful ornate chair. The parents then applied sandalwood paste and kumkum on his forehead. Baba was anointed with a flower dipped in sandalwood oil and garlanded. Baba blessed the parents with laddu prasadam. Later, the devotees too were blessed with the opportunity of anointing the avatar. They applied oil to his head and worshipped his feet by applying kumkum and turmeric to them. Baba blessed them all by distributing laddus among them. After a bath, Baba sat in his chair while bhajans were sung by in devotional forever. Post Ati Baba distributed prasadam again. This function was drawn as a close at around 10 p.m.
The first Lingodbhavam occurred in the year 1947. A few months prior to that, Swami to one of his devotees said, "Dig right here," showing a spot on the ground. The task was carried out, and from that spot was unearthed the number of pitams. The devotees asked, "The pedestals are here, where are the lingams?" "In my stomach," said Sai. They laughed, but as days passed, then came Shivratri. The bhajans were on, and Swami was playing the cymbals. Suddenly, he stopped and clutched his stomach. Uneasiness came over him. Srimati Subbamma immediately got Swami some water. He sipped it, but the pain persisted. His throat tensed and his mouth opened, and suddenly from within came a bright ball of light, a kind of smooth crystal. He smiled. He rose and held it up for all to see. It was a lingam, the first ever. Sairam.
Historic letter to brother. On May 25th, 1947, Swami wrote to his brother, "My dear one, I received your communication. In it, I found your devotion and affection, along with doubts and anxiety. Each person judges according to his own nature, but we have to stick to the right path without getting affected by appraisal. We should not attach value to people's comments. Truth will eventually prevail. Praise and blame do not touch the Atma. I have a task to foster all mankind and ensure bliss for all. I have a vow to lead all into goodness. I am here to remove the sufferings of the poor. I expect those devoted to me to treat joy and grief with equanimity. I will never give up those who are attached to me. I will not give up my mission. I treat honor and dishonor with equanimity. Internally, I am unconcerned. I do not belong to any place, nor am I attached to any name. I have no mine or thine. No one can comprehend my full glory. You can yourself see the full glory in the coming years. I am not concerned if these facts aren't known. I wrote them because you would be pained if I did not reply. Thus, your Baba, Sairam."
Baba reached Karur on the night of 25th of October. There was such a large gathering that a police was called in to maintain order. Baba stayed in the house of Sri M.G. Rajagopal Chettiar during the visit. On the 26th morning, Baba gave darshan from the veranda in the first floor of the house he was staying at. A 10-foot high stage was erected for Baba to sit on and address the gathering. Noticing the inconvenience of the devotees, he too joined them on the floor and then gave a speech about his childhood. This was the first known public discourse by Baba in Karur. Baba visited the houses of Sri Ramachandra Chettiar and Sri S.A.K. Ramamurthy Chettiar. Baba then delivered thousands of divine discourses in the next 63 years, which today we all can access through the 42 volumes of Sathya Sai Speaks. Sai Ram.
Construction of the building started in the late 40s. Bhagawan himself was architect, engineer, and an accountant. Construction of the building had many miracles. Engineer was unable to transport iron graters to Puttaparthi, so he prayed to Swami for help. Vibhuti was made in the wheels of the crane. Swami sat beside the driver and handled and controlled the crane and reached safely to Puttaparthi. Mandir was inaugurated in 23rd November 1950, the 25th birthday of Swami. Swami threw petals to the devotees and the petals transformed into gold coins and portraits of Shirdi Sai. In Treta Yuga, Vanas was fortunate of building bridges to Lord Sri Rama, and in the Kali Yuga, humans had rare fortune of building temples to beloved Bhagawan Sri Sathya Sai Baba. Prashanti means higher peace and Nilayam means above. Jai Sai Ram.
The 9th All India Divine Life Convention, held at Venkatagiri in 1957, was a landmark dharmic campaign of Swami. He presided over the deliberations and sounded the clarion call of sadhana and spiritual regeneration. A gorgeous flower-beckoned palanquin was placed at the main gate of the Venkatagiri palace by the king. Swami refused the grand pomp and said, "There are so many monks here, I would like to walk with them." On the second day, Swami materialized a gold ring studded with a composite picture of Shirdi Sai and himself and gave it to Sri Yogiraj Yasgwa, who was one of the speakers. He also materialized grapes and vibhuti and gave it to him as prasad. Two sannyasi scholars, Sri Sachidananda and Sri Sadananda of the Sivananda Ashram, attended this convention. They both accompanied Swami on his return to Puttaparthi. Sai Ram.
Between July and August 1957, Swami went for North India trip. From Madras, Swami and the devotees whom he had chosen for the trip employed to Delhi. He was amused when he found his name entered on the ticket as Mr. S.S. Baba. He had a hearty love over the Mr. At Shivananda Ashram in Rishikesh, Swami converted holy Ganges water into nectar to be taken as a cure for Swami Shivananda, who was on wheelchair for a long time. During the same trip, Swami visited Vasishta Guha. In the cave, Swami gave a mysterious and significant vision of the glory of the Lord to Swami Purushothamananda. In Mathura, Vrindavan, Swami materialized twin ideals of Radhe Shyam, exact miniatures of the original ideals. In the hills of Kashmir, Swami trekked with a horse named Raja, and Swami remarked that the snow-covered Himalayas in the far distance were far lovelier garden designed by the Lord to draw men's eyes away from the valleys in which they were wallowed. Sai Ram.
Sairam, Sri Sathya Sai General Hospital, Prashanti Nilayam. The foundation of the hospital was laid down on the most auspicious day of birthday of Bhagawan Baba on the 23rd November 1954. The original hospital building was inaugurated on 4th October 1956, was constructed on the hill south of Prashanti Nilayam. Bhagawan's devotees took personal interest in construction of the general hospital. Baba's mission of mercy for the sick and poor was not confined of starting the hospital. We have services like general medicine, general surgeries, pediatrics, gynecology, laboratory facilities. We also have 80 plus beds, 2 operation theaters, and 8 wards. These are the services that we have in our hospital, in our general hospital. The doctors and the paramedical staff would go on every Thursday and Sunday to nearby villages to those who could not come all the way to the hospital. Thank you. Sairam.
The Sanathana Sarathi. Swami released the first issue of Sanathana Sarathi on February 16, 1958, on the auspicious occasion of Chitravathi. The Sanathana Sarathi, as Bhagawan declared, is the result of his sankalpa, his utsaha, and his ananda. He gave the magazine the name Sanathana Sarathi himself and personally supervised the setting up of the printing press, the appointment of volunteers to run it, and lay down guidelines for its format and content. But the greatest demonstration of Swami's immeasurable love for Sanathana Sarathi and through it to all mankind was that for the next 26 years, he himself wrote 1 and sometimes 2 articles a month for the magazine. Today, this magazine is read by millions across the globe with devotion and reverence. Sairam.
On April of 1959, Sai Baba, one evening on the sands of Chitravathi, Baba spoke about Buddha, a Bodhi tree of wisdom, and all the sadhakas. As while he was speaking, he picked up from the sand a big copper plate, which contained marking and all the alphabets of known and unknown alphabets. Baba told such mysterious plate or the cryptographs which is written on the copper plate has been found under the tree where aspirants engage in austerities, which means people will be able to develop all the concentration of a mind and also control their senses. Baba even told he would be placing this copper tree under the banyan tree which he told he would grow. On June 29, 1959, the copper plate was planted under the banyan tree, which is also known as tree of wisdom. Banyan tree, it is famous in Indian culture and literature.
You would be writing so.
Lord Mahavishnu or Lord Mahashiva is sitting under the banyan tree and is expounding all their knowledge to all their disciples silently. Baba told yogis after reaching certain age in spiritual progress would automatically get to know about this banyan tree, and a mysterious force will drag them towards this place and justify its name. Sairam.
Satyam Shivam Sundaram, The Life of Bhagawan Sri Sathya Sai Baba, written by Narayan Kasturi. Swami had mentioned to Narayan Kasturi that he would be writing Swami's biography. This book had 4 parts, which cover Swami's life from the Swami's birth up to 1980. The remaining parts were written by Narasimha Murthy. Satyam, the Sat stands for he is the substantum, the substance, the separate, and the sum. Shivam, the Chit stands for he is the awareness, the feeling, the willing, and the doing. Sundaram, the Ananda, stands for he is the light, the melody, the splendor, and the harmony. Sairam.
Swami and his chosen devotees left Madras for Badrinath via Delhi on 7 June 1961. Swami walked most of the last 18 miles to Badrinath on foot. During the morning Abhishekam, Swami materialized an exquisite 4-armed Narayana idol with Shankha, Chakra, Gada, and Padma, a beautiful 1,000-petal lotus, and the Netralingam, the same one that Shankaracharya had planted in the Badri shrine 1200 years earlier. He showed the lingam to everyone present before revitalizing it with 108 golden bilva leaves and water from Gangotri, all of which he materialized with a wave of his hand. Then he sent the lingam back to its secret niche. Blessed were the witness of extraordinary experiences. Sairam.
Swami founded the Sri Sathya Sai Seva Samiti in the year 1960. On October 21st, Swami announced that the mission of revival of Dharma, the main reason for his descent, had begun. He said, I am launching a Seva Samiti. The persons who become members of this Samiti and perform selfless service will be liberated from the cycles of birth and death. However, the test will be severe. I will bear witness to the number of people who withstand the test and emerge victorious. The Seva Samiti was later renamed the Sri Sathya Sai Seva Organization and has as its main objective selfless service without any distinction of religion, caste, or creed, and focuses on the transformation of the individual through the spiritual, service, and education wings. Today, the organization has grown to thousands of Seva Samitis and Bhajan Mandalis throughout the length and breadth of the country, and there are over 2,000 centers in 120 countries across the globe.
On 1st October 1955 at 9:30 a.m., Baba promised Swami Amritananda, the task of Vedic rituals is no longer yours, it is mine. 7 years later, to this date and time, on 1st October 1962 at 9:30 a.m., Swami inaugurated the first Veda Purusha Saptaha Jnana Yajnam. It all began when devotees from East Godavari region of Andhra Pradesh were looking to welcome Swami and prayed that the yajna to be continued during his visit. Swami said that they could conduct the yajna in Prashanti Nilayam instead during the festival of Dashera, so that thousands of devotees can witness it. Vedic scholars from not only Konasima, but from all around the world were invited. As Swami said, my Sima is not Konasima. My Sima is Veda Sima. It has been 58 years since to this day, the Veda Purusha Saptaha Jnana Yajna continues to be held in the Purnachandra Auditorium with all its majesty. It concludes with the Purnahuti on Vijayadashmi Day. Sai Ram.
Apology is
in order to accomplish his mission of Veda Samrakshana and Dharma Sthapana, Baba, on the auspicious occasion of his birthday in the year 1964, invited Sri Upaluri Ganapati Shastri Garu to inaugurate Sri Sathya Sai Veda Patashala, the Academy for Vedic and Sanskrit Study at the Nilayam. Here, to sustain the roots of Dharma, Vedic scholars are to be produced and honored. He proclaimed that the boys enrolled into the school will grow into luminous gems, the pillars of Sanatana Dharma, spreading Vedic splendor and Shastric light for the entire mankind. In 1965, he announced his decision of Prashanti Vidwan Mahasabha, an All India Academy of Vedic scholars who will strive to awaken humanity, inaugurating the Sabha on October 20th. Swami reiterated the Pandits to move forward to reform mankind, regain its spiritual heritage as prescribed by the scriptures, leading with the prayer Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya, instilling faith in the Atma and Atma Tattva. The Mahasabhas were held at Venkatagiri, Brindavan, Hyderabad, and Bombay. They were also held in various towns and villages, fulfilling his mission of Vedopasana and Vidvat Poshana. Sai Ram.
Sai Gita arrives at Prashanti Nilayam. It was on a trip along with few devotees to the Muddumalai forest in 1962 that Swami first noticed the tender and tiny toy of joy that Sai Gita was then. His love and affection for this infant element was phenomenal. Soon the arrangements were made and the little lady arrived in Puttaparthi. With Sai Gita and Swami, it has been a sweet mother-daughter relationship in every way. It was Swami who named her, and she followed Swami everywhere, even into the interview room. She was blessed with a mother who made all mothers in the world pale by comparison. Her devotion for Swami was steady, unconditional, innocent, full of love. She exists only to love and adore him. And that is the highest form of devotion. And this is the lesson that she drove into our minds. Swami's beloved pet Sai Gita merged at his lotus feet on 22nd May 2007, thus ending a great life, a saga of love between the creator and the creation. Sai Ram.
On September 1965, when Pakistan attacked on Jamnagar Air Base, the then ruler Digvijay Singh and his wife took refuge with Sri Sathya Sai. Swami divinely sent messages to the Air Force that he would protect them. This brought immense courage, boosted morale, and augmented their sense of duty. It's proven with many Air Force personnel and their family that Swami's divinely encouragement them with Abhayahasta. Eventually, Swami paid a physical visit to Jamnagar. No words can describe the bhakti that surged from the Jawans then. They were called Sainik School Boys. Noticing their badges with the initials SSB, Swami, with a smile and Advaitic love of identifying the devotee with the deity, pointed out, SSB, Sathya Sai Baba. Swami visited Somnath temple on invitation of Rajmata. When Swami went to inaugurate the temple reconstructed by Digvijay Singh, he materialized golden bilva leaves and lingam and declared, "This temple shall ever remain free from any attack." Sai Ram.
The first All India Conference of the Office Bearers of Sri Sathya Sai organization was held in the divine presence of Swami at Abbotsbury, Madras on 20th and 21st April 1967. Swami blessed the delegates with his divine message. Swami also gave a clear vision. Swami blessed the delegates with his divine message. Swami also gave a clear vision of the organization and its objectives. each state in conducting Seva activities. The conference was a sign of revival. Swami insisted on Atmic strength and Atmic unity through the Sathya Sai Seva organization. The objective of this organization was to emphasize the basic and essential discipline, which is practical and universal and is required to reveal the divine in man. Swami also spoke about fostering and cultivating the Bharatiya culture. Just like the mother desires her son to uphold the honor of the family, so is every Indian has to learn and practice the spiritual science that the sages of this land have explored and discovered. Sai organization must promote faith in God. Swami addressed that one must refrain from two fangs that makes the individual poisonous, which are I did it, this is mine. The medicine for Bhavaroha, which is birth and death cycle, is only Paropakara, doing good to others. The medicine for Ashanti, anxiety, is bhajan. Swami wanted the devotees to take an oath to serve the organization from the bottom of the heart. Sathya Sai Seva Samitis should take up Seva work enthusiastically. He concluded by saying, whatever work we do, wherever we go, we must do it as an act of worship, as an act of dedication, as an act of glorification of God, not to divide activities for our sake and for God's sake. He also said by saying that if we offer all the activities at the lotus feet of Lord and free ourselves from any trace of egoistic attachment, the consequence will not bind us. We are free and liberated and are definite to attain moksha. Sai Ram.
Puttaparthi becomes a township. Rooms and dormitories have been constructed for devotees to have a pleasant stay. The houses are simple and clean. In addition, other essential amenities such as phone booths, clock rooms, post office, bank counters, bookstores, shopping complex, south, north and western canteens, Sri Sathya Sai Media Centers, etc. are present. In the bookstall, Sri Sathya Sai literature in different languages is made available in print, audio and video forms. Over the years, Prashanti Nilayam has evolved into an ideal setting for spiritual sadhana for aspirants. On August 4, 1996, Prashanti Nilayam was declared an administrative unit called Prashanti Nilayam Township. Swami, in his message, called upon the residents of Prashanti Nilayam to use the new administrative setup for their benefit as well as for the benefit of neighboring areas. Bhagawan took personal interest and supervised the design and construction of various amenities in the ashram. Prashanti Nilayam is called an ashram. Ashram is a place where there is no shrama. Devotees from a variety of regions, languages and cultures throng the ashram and accordingly sufficient amenities have been provided to ensure a comfortable stay for them. Sai Ram.
On December 30, 1967, Sathya Sai Samiti in Bangalore was formally inaugurated. The president of the Samiti, Professor V.K. Gokak, met the delegates and addressed them. These were the formative years of the organization in Karnataka, and the administrative structure was being put in place. In the preceding few years, many bhajan mandalis and samitis in Bangalore were inaugurated by Bhagawan at the residence of devotees. Bangalore has the distinction of having the very first samiti in India, formed in Malleshwaram on November 19, 1961. Many samitis were personally started by Bhagawan, the notable ones being the Vagata Ulsur, Shri Sathya Sai Study Circle at ITI, to name a few. And many others were started under the direct guidance of Bhagawan, like the Marathali, Shri Sathya Sai Institute of Higher Medical Sciences, etc. Shri Sathya Sai Institute of Higher Medical Sciences was the last samiti to be started on his direct command and personal guidance in his early sojourn. Bhagawan also inaugurated Seva Kshetras like Sai Darshan Indranagar and Sai Gitanjali JP Nagar for conducting organization activities. Currently, the Karnataka state organization is divided into North and South states for administrative efficiencies. Thank you, Sai Ram.
Dharmakshetra is a reflection of divine love through educare, socio-care and medicare. It is sometimes called as Satyadeep, which is one of three special spiritual centers established by Sri Sathya Sai Baba. It also symbolizes the core message of Bhagawan to mankind to embark upon Dharma, experience Prashanti and regain in Paramanand. Dharmakshetra signifies the mystical journey from I to we, from we to he under his supreme guidance. This journey is from without to within, from untruth to truth, from Kurukshetra, the battlefield of sensual pleasures, to Dharmakshetra, the realm of righteousness. Sairam.
This is the very first time that a world conference is held while the avatar is physically present. It was held at Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan campus in Mumbai from 16th of May 1968 to 19th of May 1968. Sri Morarji Desai, the Deputy Prime Minister of India, inaugurated the conference, and the conference was attended by delegates from many states and countries like Kerala, Madras, Bihar, Orissa, Delhi, and from USA, Australia, East Africa, Mexico, and they all shared their experiences. On the second day of the conference, that is 17th May 1968, Swami made a momentous revelation of the avatar as this is the human form in which every divine entity, every divine principle, all the names and forms ascribed by man to God are manifest. Use this chance. Just obey my instructions. It will benefit you more than all the austerities. Thereafter, Swami met the delegates and blessed them. It is the one of the supreme moment where Swami reveals his divinity. It states plainly and directly that the Sathya Sai Baba is an incarnation of God and has come to restore righteousness, Dharma. Sairam.
Swami made his first and only physical visit out of Indian soil to Africa in June 30th to July 15th in the year 1968. Before the departure, his mother Ishwaramma was concerned about the ferocious animals and dangers in African forests. Swami replied to her saying, "I am not going to see the wild animals there. I am going in response to the loving prayers of my devotees." Swami's message to Africans was, "I have come to light the lamp of love in your hearts, to see that it shines day by day with added luster." On request of African devotees, Swami extended his visit from 10th July 1968, the day of Guru Purnami, to 15 July 1968. The chief of Uganda Army, General Idi Amin, and other ministers were blessed with Swami's darshan. Swami visited places like Kampala, Nairobi, Gorankoro, Karitar, Nile River, Naiki, and Murchison Falls. Swami inaugurated Bhajan Mandir at Kondo. Swami returned to Mumbai on 15 July 1968 and addressed a huge gathering at Dharmakshetra. Sairam.
Among the educational institutions started by Bhagawan, the first was Sri Sathya Sai Arts and Science College at Anandpur in 1968. Swami decided to inaugurate this college on 22nd July 1968 on the occasion of Guru Purnima Day. The building that houses the present women's campus was built in a record time of 10 months. The college began with a modest figure of 125 students. The first master degree was introduced in 1972 in Telugu language and literature. The students have presently increased to a remarkable 1,200, and 26 courses have been introduced till date. Apart from UG courses, PG courses, Sri Sathya Sai Institute of Higher Learning also provides PhD courses with 11 specializations. Sairam.
Swami himself supervised with divine love every stage of the erection of the Brindavan College, so that on the day of inauguration, the college shone as a rare example of a completely equipped institution. 9th June 1969 was the auspicious day when the college was inaugurated by the Chief Minister of Mysore, Sri Virendra Patel. In his divine discourse, Baba said, "Education that is gone through in order to secure a living is no true education. Education is for life, not for a living." The college is for arts, science, and commerce for undergraduate boys, and the teaching staff also stay in the hostel along with the students like in old Gurukul system. The entire education is free. This college was founded to inculcate ethical and moral values in students to develop a wholesome and balanced personality. The college presently offers 18 courses across 5 streams.
Conference held in the month of October 1970 in Prashanti Nilayam during the Dasara celebration. Around 700 young men and women participated in the conference. During the inauguration ceremony, Baba said, "Love is born in the womb of Seva. Love grows through Seva. God is love. Love is God. This is the truth I have come to teach. Scatter the seeds of love in weary hearts, and these will sprout into blossom of love, which will fill the air with fragrance. When drops of love are rained, river of love will murmur ecstatically through the valleys, and every child, bird, beast, and pebbles will sing the song of love." Sada.
The Sathya Sai Seva Samiti Bombay organized All India Balavihar Teachers Conference on 12th May 1997. 404 teachers attended the new Sai Aero education and were benefited by Baba's counsel. Swami said, "Guru is Brahma, teaching is creativity, activity. Guru is Vishnu, teacher has to foster the child, guide and guard him. Guru is Maheshwara, teacher has to weed out under undesirable traits and habits." He said, "Recognize the vast potential laying dormant in the child, help it express itself." Hence, Baba changed from Balavihar to Balavikas to encourage the good, the beautiful, the true in the child to blossom, express and explain. Jai Sai Ram.
This is a well-known and amazing episode of Resurrection of Walter Cowan by our beloved Bhagawan. On December 1971, Mr. Walter died of a massive heart attack in his hotel room in Chennai. He was declared clinically dead by the doctors, but Swami brought him back to life, saying that he still had a role to play in his mission. After his resurrection, Swami conducted Mr. and Mrs. Cowan's spiritual remarriage ceremony. Mr. Walter died 3 times and had to be returned back to life 3 times by our divine Sai Ma. That is when the Cowan started the Sai Book Center in Tustin, California. Their book center played a vital role in disseminating Swami's message and growing. On 20th April, Walter Cowan block of the hostel of the Brindavan campus was named after him. Sai Ram.
The first summer course in the Sathya Sai Institute of Education was held at Brindavan in May 1972. More than 300 students across India participated in the camp to offer their services at the lotus feet of Bhagawan Baba. It was conducted for 6 days a week, over 5 lectures a day, and at the end of each day, Bhagawan himself gave a special discourse to the participants. Eminent professionals from various fields of education attended the summer camp. Students were taught the practical aspect of Seva through various service-related activities under the guidance of Bhagawan Baba. The camp was declared a unique one in the history of modern Indian educational system by the distinguished visitors who attended the camp. At the end of the summer camp, Swami himself took all the devotees and all the participants who attended the camp to Anandpur first on 2nd of June, and later they traveled to Prashanti Nilayam. Saira.
The Srimati Ishwarama High School was inspired and initiated by Bhagawan Sri Sathya Sai Baba. In fond memory of his mother, Bhagawan Sri Sathya Sai Baba inaugurated Srimati Ishwarama High School on 20 July 1972. This non-residential school is an English medium school for boys and girls affiliated to the Central Board of Secondary Education, New Delhi. Syllabi and textbooks followed at the school are those prescribed and recommended by the Central Board of Secondary Education, New Delhi. There are total of 20 classrooms with 313 students from the grade 1 to 5 and 80 students grade 6th to 7th. The school includes so many facilities like library, sports, games, health and medical checkups, etc. Character development with academic excellence has been governing principle of endeavors in the school. The school at every step, big or small, is guided by comprehensive educational philosophy of Bhagawan Baba, who empathetically endeavors education should be life, not merely living. Sairam.
Inauguration of Purnachandra Auditorium. Purnachandra Auditorium was inaugurated by our beloved Swami on 17th October 1972. The auditorium can comfortably seat around 15,000 people. With the imposing appearance and columnless structure, it has inspiring murals from all religions and times. It is a venue for conducting cultural programs, conferences, and sacrifices or yagnas during Dasara. Swami materialized precious gems for the Purnahuti on the 17th. He created a head ornament in gem set gold during the Vibhuti Abhishekam for the Shirdi Sai idol. Swami announced that this auditorium would be called Purnachandra Auditorium in memory of the devotee late Poonam Chand Kamani. Om Sai Ram.
Shivam, our Hyderabad's very own Prashanti Nilayam, was inaugurated by our beloved Bhagawan on April 4, 1973. In 1971, Sri V.D. Prasad Rao, an ardent devotee of Bhagawan, had a dream of an image of Swami inside a lingam. He expressed his dream to Swami and sought his permission to build a structure in the shape of a lingam. Swami approved of the plan and drove around Hyderabad personally to select a suitable site. On 25th October 1971, Swami laid the first stone for the foundation himself and materialized a yantra to be kept at the site. Swami also performed 3 Lingabhishekam to the 3 lingas that were materialized by Swami himself to energize the site, hence making Shivam Sai Hridayam. The base of the building represents Satyam, the structure over it Shivam, and the lingam inside it Sundaram, one being the flower, the second being the fragrance, and the third being the wind, the forms that wafts the fragrance, which symbolizes Mangalam. With this beautiful message, Swami asks us to remember that man is the embodiment of Satyam, Shivam, and Sundaram, and that truth is the base of the universe. Sai Ram.
A golden jubilee is always a landmark event. When associated with the avatar of this age, it becomes historic. The golden jubilee celebrations of our beloved Swami marked one of the most significant milestones in his earthly sojourn. With a crowd of 250,000 devotees, the likes of which had never been seen before in the Celestial Valley, the 50th birthday celebrations of our Lord was an enchanting 10-day festival, starting with the All India Seva Dal Conference and culminating with a grand swing Jula or Jula Utsav. A holy sacrifice, the Purushottama Yajna, and the debut of the chariot festival, the Rathotsavam, as well as the inauguration of a grand entrance for Prashanti Nilayam, the Gopuram Gate, further added depth to the events. The highlight will remain the unforgettable darshan that Swami granted from a helicopter. Swami emphasized the purpose of his incarnation by installing the Sarva Dharma Aikya Stupa, which represents the unity of all faiths and illustrates Swami's message. Paths are many, but the goal is one. Sai Ram.
The Sri Sathya Sai General Hospital in Whitefield was inaugurated by beloved Bhagawan on 28 August 1976. It was primarily started as a hospital for women and children. Equipped with 80 beds and 3 operation theatres, other specialties were gradually added on, helping people get access to quality healthcare completely free of cost. It was affectionately called Swami's Little Hospital. From the founding head, late Dr. Savittri, to the head of pediatrics, Dr. Kamakshi Kannan, the blessed head of orthopedics, Dr. Sundaresh, to the multifaceted Dr. Upendra Acharya, and the head of general medicine, Dr. Ramkumar, every single member was pivotal in bringing Swami's will to reality. In 2003, Swami underwent a procedure at this institution and spoke of his time there fondly in the Guru Purnima discourse that year. The healthcare facility merged with a super specialty hospital at Whitefield in July 2016 to offer many more specialties and now draws over 500 outpatients each day. Sai Ram.
The idea of Akhanda Bhajan had its humble beginnings in February 1946 through the joint offering of 7 families from Bangalore when they decided to hold a 24-hour bhajan session followed by Aarti and Prasadam at one of the devotees' homes in Malleshwaram. The event was converted into a celestial one when Swami attended it in person and blessed the proceedings from preparation to culmination. In 1975, Swami declared that this practice must not be restricted to few devotees, but that the light of divinity must spread to every corner of the world in the form of global Akhand Bhajan, such that all samitis across the world would reverberate with the sounds of Nama Sankirtana. And so commenced the first global Akhand Bhajan at 6 p.m. on Saturday, 30th November 1976. Since then, the tradition of conducting the event annually on the second Saturday Sunday of November has continued in all its glory, uniting the world through Shavanam, Kirtanam, and Vishnu Smaranam. Sai Ram.
జగపతికే జన్మ మునిచిన జనని జనులను బ్రోచవు మా జనని జగమే మురిసే మా జనని. Ishwaramma is the beloved, compassionate and revered chosen mother of our Swami. Known first as Namagiri Amma, Sri Kondamma Raju christened her Ishwaramma as she was to become the mother of Ishwara. Mother Ishwaramma placed 3 wishes before Swami, namely to construct a small school in Puttaparthi, to construct a hospital for the sake of the villagers, and to have wells dug in the village that would provide drinking water. This laid the foundation to the legacy of Sai service under the Sai name. Ishwaramma Day is celebrated on the 6th of May every year, commemorating the transit of the Divine Mother in 1972. The first Ishwaramma Day was celebrated in the year 1977 at Purnachandra Auditorium and included various cultural programs by Balvikas children of Anantapur as well as distribution of notebooks by Swami. From then on, with the grace of our Mother Sai, this divine tradition is carried on every year. Jai Sai Ram.
Sai Ram, birthday of Sri Sathya Sai Vahini. On the Christmas Eve of 24th December 1977 at Brindavan, Whitefield, before the august audience of students and faculty of Sri Sathya Sai College and in divine presence of Swami, Pandit Sri Kandikota Subramanya Sastri was inspired to announce the mystic mantra Sri Sathya Sai Vahini. Om Saishwara Mahe Satya Devaya Dhimahi Tanna Sarva Prachodayat. The gist of it is Satya Sai is supreme divinity and we mediate on this God of truth. Almighty leads us to liberation. Formula of Sri Sathya Sai Gayatri has 24 lines. As 3 lines, each is 8 letters.
Bhagawan Sri Sathya Sai Baba's birthplace. A Shivalaya, temple of Lord Shiva, now stands in a place of house where Bhagawan was born. Bhagawan was born on 23rd November 1926, a Kartika Somvara according to the Hindu calendar, and are traditionally devoted to worship of Lord Shiva. There is a beautiful white marble idol of Lord Shiva in the temple, to which worship is performed in the morning and in the evening. Abhishekam, a ceremonial bath, is performed to the idol on Mondays. Mondays is considered sacred for the worship of Lord Shiva. Usually, all Shiva temples have Shivalinga. Here we have an idol of Shiva.
birthplace of Bhagawan is now adorned by Shiva Mandir, opened by Bhagawan in 1979. Seva is performed here every dawn and dusk. Legends of his birth and boyhood leelas can be visualized here. Saira.
At the Third World Conference on 14 January 1981, Bhagawan gifted the charter to be followed by Desire organizations across the world. The charter lays down the code of conduct, general principles, objectives, activities, structure, and rules and regulations to be followed in Sai organizations in India and overseas. Every member of the organization must undertake sadhana as a part of their daily routine and abide by the 9-point code of conduct that includes daily prayer and meditation, devotional singing with family members, participation of children in the activities conducted for them, taking part in group devotional programs at least once a month, participation in community service, regular study of Sai literature, practicing of principles of sealing or desires, speaking softly to everyone, avoiding talking ill of others, especially when they are absent. The charter is still being followed in all Sai organizations till date. Saira.
The devotees in Tamil Nadu long for Swami's blessings to complete the trilogy of Satyam Shivam Sundaram, the title of Baba's biography, by having Sundaram in Chennai. As the old-timers say, Swami shaped Sundaram brick by brick. He was in fact the architect, the engineer and the builder. On the 18th January 1981, the Kalasa Puja was done. And on 19th January morning, there was a grand welcome for Swami. Devotees had gathered since early morning and Sundaram was all decked up for the occasion. On the stage, apart from Swami's picture in the center, there is a beautiful statue of Lord Ganesha in the front. And also on either side of the dais are art of Lord Shiva and Lord Vishnu on glass with beautiful wall inscriptions of Dasa Avatar. Shanti Vedika, the raised platform facing south, is another important structure in Sundaram because it is here that Swami usually gives discourses to the crowd when he was in Chennai. The divine rays emanating from Sundaram since then have attracted many spiritual seekers to this holy abode. If we have to describe Sundaram in one phrase, it would be Sundaram. Every detail is beautiful. Saira.
Bhagawan takes over Gurukula in Rajamundry. Sri Hanneru Bulaya is the devotee from Rajamundry. He started a Gurukulam named Navabharat Gurukulam in 1940 with a meager strength of 3 pupils and 4 teachers. Once, Bhagawan during his discourse to summer course in 1976 in Ooty stressed on the need for changing the structure of educational system and desire to establish many more progressive educational centers. Bhagavan then materialized a map of India etched in silver plate. Sri Bulaya, who was there, asked, "Swami, is Navabharat Gurukulam present on the map?" Swami said yes and pointed the exact location of the Gurukula in the map. Later in the year 1981, Swami visited Rajamundry and graciously took over the institutions. Among the Vedic recitations of over 1 lakh devotees, Gurukulam thus became a unit run by Sri Sathya Sai Central Trust Prashanti Nilayam. Ever since, Bhagawan has been the life, inspiration, goal of Gurukulam. It strives to instill in its students eternal and universal values of love, service, non-violence, discipline, compassion, truthfulness, among others. Sai Ram.
Inauguration of Primary and Higher Secondary School. Sathya Sai Primary and God Higher Secondary School was inaugurated by Swami on 15th June 1981. Education should be for life and not for mere living, is said by Swami. The school at every step is guided by the comprehensive educational philosophy of Bhagavan. Character development with academic excellence has been the governing principle of every activity of the school, which is a residential school for girls and boys following CBSE curriculum. The school imparts quality education without charging fees. The school is located inside Sathya Sai Giri complex of Prashanti Nilayam. For the year 2014, it was ranked in the top 10 CBSE schools of India. Sairam.
Sri Sathya Sai Institute of Higher Learning, Sairam. Sri Sathya Sai Institute of Higher Learning is deemed university located at Anandpur district, Andhra Pradesh. It was inaugurated in 22nd November 1981. First college founded by Baba was College of Arts and Science for Women at Anandpur. The second was the College for Men at Brindavan. Third was College for Men at Prashanti Nilayam. Baba wants to have an autonomous university to govern the three colleges in two different states. On the recommendation of UGC, the Government of India confirmed the status of deemed university on the college at Prashanti Nilayam. In the inauguration function, Baba told, "My students are roots of my institution. I shall supply water to the roots. My entire property consists of my students. I have offered myself to them." This university remains the crown jewel of higher education in India, is the love of Sri Sathya Sai of his students. Sai Ram.
Trayee Brindavan. Trayee Brindavan is Baba's resident at Bangalore. 36 years ago, Bhagwan Baba gifted the all a new home of love, Trayee Brindavan. The name Trayee has multiple meanings. It is Sundaram, composite terms of three Vedas, Yajur and Sama, and three attributes of absolute Sat Chit, story Lord Bhagawan inaugurated Trayee in April 26, 1985, Baba for message. He said in Telugu, "Your joy is my joy." He told them that the building was the result of labor of love and devotion of numerous devotees. Sai Ram.
Inauguration of Shanti Vedika in Hillview Stadium. Sri Sathya Sai Baba inaugurated Shanti Vedika on 14th November 1985. It is located behind the Sri Sathya Sai Higher Secondary School. Shanti Vedika is the ornate structure where Baba sits to view the events that take place in the stadium. It is located opposite the hill, towering with statues of Hanuman, 65 foot, Krishna, Shiva, Buddha, Zoroaster, and Christ. It gives an imposing view. It looks beautiful and breathtaking sight with greenery. It is unbelievable that 10 years ago the hills were dry and rocky. It is designed with very best ancient and modern architecture. The chanting of Vedic mantras and performance of yagnas were held in the Hillview Stadium on all the days during mornings. Among other events held here is the annual sports and cultural meet for school and colleges on 11th January every year. The stadium is not open to the public except during the festivals. An international cricket match for the Sri Sathya Sai United Cup was held in this lush green stadium on 30th December 1997. Top cricketers from India as well as from other cricket playing nations also played in this exhibition match. Saira.
Sairam. Inauguration of Sai Space Center. The Sathya Sai Space Theatre was inaugurated in 1985 by Bhagawan Sri Sathya Sai Baba. This planetarium is the only one between the Hyderabad and Bangalore in this part of India. With the Speech 512 automation system, was one of the most technologically advanced planetaria in India. In 2002, the planetarium control system was upgraded to a completely computerized system with a touchscreen driven PC interface developed in the house. In-house. In 2011, a full-dome projection system has been incorporated using the mirror dome technique. The planetarium creating interest and also increasing the understanding of basic concepts of astronomy, mathematics, physics, and other disciplines in the students and in the surrounding rural areas. Space Center tells more about the solar system and the universe. The duration of the show is a half an hour with the three different languages, Hindi, English, and Telugu, are chosen accordingly in the headphones as well as in the sound system by natively. Thank you, Sairam.
Bhagwan inaugurated guest house on 19th June 1986 and named it as Sai Shruti. Bhagwan has decided to make that guest house into a mandir. Many devotees travel from the surrounding areas to have their darshan of Bhagwan in that unique setting. The first historic and popular sessions of Bhagwan with his students started on that particular day. Along with the students, a few devotees like Sri Jogara, Sri Indulal Shah, Srimati Sarla Shah, Sri Mohandas Naidu, and Sri Narsimhachari were the blessed ones to attend the first divine session at Kodaikanal. During these sessions, Bhagwan materialized a lingam, which is white in color, and named it as Vishwalingam, and it represents the universe. He gifted the lingam to Sri Indulal Shah, and he instructed Srimati Sarla Shah to perform Abhishekam to the lingam. There were also special musical offerings in Carnatic and Hindustani music by Bhagwan students on that day. Sairam.
The first annual sports and cultural meet of the Sri Sathya Sai Institute of Higher Learning was held at the Hillview Stadium on 11 January 1988. Bhagawan arrived at the stadium at 7 a.m., escorted by 4 pilot riders and motorbikes. He was heralded with a 21-gun salute. The Vice Chancellor welcomed Bhagawan to the sports meet. Bhagawan accepted the salute offered by the students during the march past. He unfurled the institute flag, released patients, and lit the Olympic torch to inaugurate the meet. Swami spent over 3 hours taking keen interest in every event and giving Pada Namaskar to the participant after the conclusion of every item. On the same evening, he witnessed a Tolu Bommalata presented by the Anantapur campus students in the Institute auditorium at Prashanti Nilayam. Every year on January 11, the sport meet will be held at Hillview Stadium. Here, Anantapur, Prashanti Nilayam, Muddenalli, and Brindavan, all 4 campuses will be presenting the events on that day. Zaira.
Hanuman statue in Hillview Stadium unveiled. On his 65th birthday, Swami unveiled the gigantic 65 feet statue of Hanuman in the Hillview Stadium. On this day, the Lord chose to install the statue of not any of his forms, but the image of his own devotee. Hanuman epitomizes the height of devotion. Perhaps that is why this love, which is beyond God himself, is installed by Swami way above the statues of all other forms of God. It is worth mentioning here that Swami created a 3.5-inch model of Hanuman to be replicated on top of Hillview Stadium. The best of the engineers were there and were wondering how to make Hanuman's left hand carry a huge mountain and suspend the hand in air. Once Swami said to his students, Swami ye pani ichina siddhanga undandi. That is, whatever work Swami gives you, always be prepared and ready to do it, just like Hanuman. The power of your faith in the object is greater than the object of faith itself. That is what Hanuman symbolizes. Sairam, thank you.
Bhagavan Sri Sathya Sai Baba inaugurated the first Bhagavan Sri Sathya Sai Baba inaugurated the first museum in Puttaparthi, the Sanathana Sarathi Museum, on 19 November 1990, commonly known as the Eternal Heritage Museum. This museum is located on the top of a hill on the southern side of the ashram and adjacent to University's administrative building. This museum is the tallest landmark in Puttaparthi. Here, devotees can find the fundamental key teachings of Bhagavan in the form of exhibits, replicas, and idols. The museum displays focus on the declaration of his Avatarhood, message of unity, and the teachings of great saints and spiritual masters. Sprawling over 20,000 square feet on 3 levels, it is designed to evoke the common spiritual quest of man. The architecture of this building is in the Shikara style, which resembles the architecture of Jain temples. Some of the places in the museum are meditation tree, collapsed middle pillar, Christianity area, Jesus' life in carvings, stick figure models of pilgrimage places, Chinese spiritual heritage, Judaism, golden horns of Galahad, display honoring Sai Baba's parents, and many more. Sai Ram.
Swami had announced the inauguration of Super Speciality Hospital in 1990, and within a year, the 300-bed hospital was inaugurated in Prashanti Gram by Bhagawan, along with the then Prime Minister Sri P.V. Narasimha Rao on 22nd November 1991 by Bhagawan's immense grace. For Dr. Safaya, the chairman of the hospital, the inauguration seemed impossible till the first cardiothoracic operations were carried out successfully on the day of inauguration. Between the years 1992 and 1999, all other departments like uronephrology, ophthalmology, radiology, many other services and programs were also inaugurated. In a span of 13 years, more than 14,000 heart surgeries, CAT procedures, more than 24,000 urology and ophthalmology surgeries were performed. One of the most salient features of the hospital architecture is the folded arms in the main entrance, which symbolizes love, affection, and care. Sai Ram.
Inauguration of Sai Kulwant Hall. Prashanti Nilayam of Parthi is very well known as the abode of highest peace. This valley houses Sai Kulwant Hall, which is the divine sannidhi of our beloved Bhagawan Sri Sathya Sai Baba. Inauguration of the hall was done on July 9, 1995. This sanctum stands as a symbol of religious tolerance. The balcony doors and the walls too display the symbols of various faiths across the world. And it's a very big prayer hall with a seating capacity of about 20,000 people at a time who have daily darshan. This hall was constructed by Sri Kulwant Rai, who is a well known industrialist from Delhi. Bhagwan has graciously saved him from fatal heart attack, and in gratitude, Sri Kulwant Rai offered this beautiful hall to Bhagavan, and hence the name Sai Kulwant Hall. All the events and programs are held in divine sanidhyam in this abode. Saya.
Sri Sathya Sai Drinking Water Project. In 1995, Bhagwan announced his concern about the suffering of people due to lack of drinking water in the Anantapur district. The then Prime Minister, Sri P.V. Narasimha Rao, inaugurated the Sathya Sai Drinking Water Project on November 18, 1995. The project covered 731 villages, providing clean drinking water to 1.2 million people through 4 key schemes. The estimated budget of the project was rupees 250 crores. Swami was ready to even sell the ashram to fund the project, but the spirit of involvement extended to thousands of villagers who pulled in their efforts to make the impossible come true. The project was completed in a record duration of 18 months and was collaborated between the Sathya Sai Trust, Government of Andhra Pradesh, and L&T. When the villagers came to thank for what they fondly called as Swami Nilu, Swami mentioned that he was thankful to the villagers for providing him an opportunity to serve them. Saira.
First Ladies' Day. No- November 19th is celebrated as Ladies' Day in Prashanti Nilayam and for the Sai fraternity all over the world every year. Ever since its inception in the year 1995, at the direct instance of Bhagavan, calling for greater women participation in social, spiritual revolution in their role as feminine energy, this day is dotted in Prashanti calendar when women folk comes active celebrating the day in Bhagavan's incomparable divine presence. In his address, Swami mentioned the various aspects related to womanhood and need to be celebrated. Stree is a blessing to mankind and it's a privilege to be born as a woman. Spirit of sacrifice is found only in women. Stree, who is Grahalakshmi, the goddess of prosperity for the home, and Ardhangi, the better half. Swami further added that the word Sri denotes the 3 gunas, Sattvic, Tamasic, and Rajogunas. This year, 19 November 2020, marked the 25th year since inception. Let us revisit Swami's message, which is relevant for all ages. The qualities of sympathy, compassion, love, and sacrifice are of paramount importance, and today's women should inculcate these and help change the men and children and thereby the society. Sairam.
The first World Youth Conference 1997. Baba believed that the future of every country lies in the hands of the skill of the youth. With this thought in mind, he organized the first World Youth Conference on 16 July 1997 in Prashanti Nilayam, Puttaparthi. Youth from across 66 countries performed march pasts and handed over the flags to Swami. After some cultural programs, Baba gave a discourse. He mainly concentrated on the fact that the progress of the country is dependent on the youth. He gave some tips which they had to follow to become a better person. Few key tips were: transform work into worship, serve your parents and your country, and many more. The event ended on 19 July 1997 after few more cultural programs. Later, two World Youth Conferences were conducted and many World Youth Festivals were conducted. Thus, through his speech, Baba conveyed that today's youth are tomorrow's leaders. Thank you, Sairam.
Swarna Aditya Rathotsavam, 87, was the golden day for the devotees of Bhagavan Sri Sathya Sai Baba, especially for Subramanya Chettiar. He had one overwhelming desire in his life. He was very keen to celebrate this Swarna Aditya Rathotsavam in his lifetime. The Lord of Lords, Bhagavan Sri Sathya Sai Baba, ascended the Aditya Swarna Ratha at 7:05 a.m. in the morning, offered by Sai Paduka Trust of Madurai, and granted darshan to his devotees. The procession started from Purnachandra Auditorium and ended in the Sai Kulwant Hall. During his darshan on that day, Bhagavan mentioned that what we can offer to the Lord is the pure love. The relationship between God and the devotee should be heart to heart. Henceforth, devotees should not offer any golden ornaments or golden chariots, and it is better to sell such objects and use the money for drinking water to the needy people. Thus, Swami wanted us to know the value of service, not the golden ornaments. Sai Ram.
On 30th December 1997, a one-day international cricket match, Sri Sathya Sai Unity Cup between India 11, captained by Mr. Sachin Tendulkar, and International 11, captained by Mr. Arjuna Ranatunga, was played in Sri Sathya Sai Hillview Stadium. This was a unique match played for the first time in the history of cricket. The then Prime Minister of India, Sri I.K. Gujral, hoisted the Sri Sathya Sai Unity flag and Bhagwan lit the Unity torch. Mr. Chandrababu Naidu, the then Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh, Mr. J.H. Patel, the then Chief Minister of Karnataka, and Mr. Lakshman Kadirgamar, Foreign Minister of Sri Lanka, were present on this occasion. Bhagwan witnessed the whole match. At the end of the match, Bhagwan presented a specially made big silver cups to the special invitees and players of both the teams. The exciting function came to a befitting close with Bhagwan awarding Sachin Tendulkar, the captain of the winning team, Sri Sathya Sai Unity Cup. Sai Ram.
Sri Sathya Sai International Center in Delhi. Bhagwan visited Delhi between 11th and 14th March 1999 after an interval of 17 long years. Bhagwan flew to Delhi. Uh, and reached by a private executive jet and reached Delhi at 11 on 9:16 a.m. on 11th March. Bhagwan was received at the airport by the traffic controllers of Delhi. He materialized plenty of vibhuti and distributed to them. Bhagwan was accorded with a ceremonial welcome at the residence of Sri Kulwant Rai, the fortunate one to host Bhagwan during his stay in Delhi. Bhagwan granted darshan to devotees in different venues, at his residence, at Rai School, and Jawaharlal Nehru Stadium twice daily. Bhagwan inaugurated the Sri Sathya Sai International Center at Delhi. He received the Purnahuti of the Yajna that was in progress at the venue and unveiled the inaugural plaque. The chief guest of the function, Sri Atal Bihari Vajpayee, the Prime Minister of India, gave a short speech. Bhagwan then delivered his first public discourse of his visit in Delhi. Sairam.
Inauguration of Anand Nilayam, Madurai. In the land given by late Sri Subramanya Chettiar, Swami installed an idol of Shirdi Sai Baba Inauguration of Anand Nilayam, Madurai. In the land given by late Sri Subramanya Chettiar, Swami installed an idol of Shirdi Sai Baba in 1966, but he did not give permission to start the construction of the temple for another 33 years, though Chettiar tried to pray and persuade Bhagawan to perform Bhumi Puja. In September 1998, Swami showed green signal for the immediate commencement of the temple. The construction was completed within 5 months with the dedicated efforts of the devotees. Swami inaugurated the temple on 22nd April 1999. Swami had told the reason of the delay to Chettiar's elder son back in 1977. As per Chettiar's horoscope, he had to leave this earthly world on completion of the Sai temple. 10 days before the inauguration, Sri Chettiar breathed his last. As far as Swami was concerned, it was more important that Chettiar should live long, and the construction of the temple was only secondary. Sairam.
Telefilm on Bhagawan. Veteran actress and devotee Anjali Devi wanted to produce a film on Swami, but she did not get the clearance for 20 years. One day, out of the blue, Swami gave her the go-ahead for producing the film by asking her, "Where is the script?" He said the world was not ready before for this. Now is the right time. Swami revealed to her the entire story of the Shirdi and the Sathya Sai avatar by giving her a series of interviews. On Guru Purnima day of 1998, Swami blessed the telefilm and 1 year later released it. The film was made as a teleserial, originally in Telugu, Shirdi Sai, Bhakti Sai, Divya Katha, which was later translated into many languages. Anjali Devi played the roles of Devagiri Amma and Ishwarama, the mothers of the two avatars. On the occasion of the film's release, Bhagawan blessed Anjali Devi by materializing an ornate gold necklace for her. Through the medium of this film, she could pass on Swami's life history to millions of his devotees. Sai Ram.
Installation of Rama idols at the entrance of Sai Kulwant Hall. In Prashanti Nilayam, Sri Rama Navami is celebrated with great fervor in the divine presence of our Lord Sai Rama. Swami installed the Sri Rama, Mother Sita, Lakshmana and Hanuman idols in the Sai Kulwant Hall entrance, Prashanti Nilayam in 1999. Bhagawan installed the idols at 9 a.m. in the area where thousands of Ligita Jaba books containing Sri Ramanama written by devotees were earlier placed in a vault. During the installation ceremony, Bhagawan created a small lingam which was inserted in the small pit wherein the idol of Rama was later installed. Swami mentioned that it is Rama Lingam, which will consecrate the Prashanti Nilayam complex and bless all the devotees. It is often said that Sri Rama followed Dharma at all times. However, this is not the correct way of describing him. He did not follow Dharma. He was Dharma. What he thought, spoke and did was Dharma and is Dharma forever. Sri Rama is the indweller in everybody. He is the source of bliss, Atma Rama, in every individual. His blessing surging from that inner spring confers peace and bliss. Sai Ram.
Grama Seva is Rama Seva. Grama Seva initiated by Bhagawan Sri Sathya Sai Baba in the year 2000 during Dashara. In one of his discourses, he referred to an article published with the mother who killed herself because she could not feed her starving children. Swami said that in the sacred land of Bharat, one should not die of hunger, especially when there are many people around. Painful by this incident, Swami started the Grama Seva and said that we will go and reach out the people. Thus, Grama Seva commenced in the year of 2000. He distributed his tokens of love, a sari and a dhoti to all the heads of the families, laddus and rice prasadams to all the inmates of the house at their doorsteps. By doing this, Swami provided a beautiful platform for the devotees to do Grama Seva. With this inspiration, entire Sri Sathya Sai organizations through their samitis do Grama Seva, and later it expanded to Sri Sathya Sai Village Integration Program for the overall development of villages in India. Sai Ram.
On the 75th birthday of Swami, an idea of new building name which is selected by Chaitanya Jyoti proposed, a building incorporating mission and message of Avatar it carries experience of Avatar to future generations. 8 levels and 75 feet in style of Chinese pagoda with unique structure with a fusion of many culture and architectural styles. Important dates or milestone for this construction of Chaitanya Jyoti Museum, 99 Guru Purnima, all designs submitted from all over the world submitted to Swami. Swami chose an Malaysian design and said this will be the one of 21st century. 25th August 99 Bhumi Puja held. And 23rd November 2000, Way of Divine and Swami's words to the team, Manchidi means very well for one of the project manager's prayer. Museum got completed, inauguration completed within half of the time of architecture's estimation. Though there was a removal of hard rock issue for long time. Swami told it will take 2 days to visit the museum completely. It has all life experiences of Swami and beautiful mythological spiritual stories. As Swami told, my life is my message. All experiences of Swami will see as golden message and guidance for all generations. Sai Ram.
Inauguration of Mirpuri Music College. On 20th November 2000, Bhagwan Sri Sathya Sai Baba inaugurated the Sri Sathya Sai Mirpuri College of Music, which has now become a popular attraction of Puttaparthi. The music institution focuses its attention on teaching vocal music of Indian and Carnatic
On 20th November 2000, Bhagwan Sri Sathya Sai Baba inaugurated the Sri Satya Mirapuri College of Music, which has now become a popular attention of Puttaparthi. The music institution focuses its attention on teaching vocal music of Indian and Carnatic styles. People interested in music can get training in numerous musical instruments, including tabla, mridangam, veena, and sitar, by taking admission in diploma and foundation courses. The atmosphere of this college is very spiritual and serene. There is also a museum at the premises of the college, which is famous for its architectural style. Besides this, the structure is beautifully decorated with different musical instruments. Every year on January 11th, the institute organizes sports and cultural activities for students where musicians are given opportunity to sing devotional songs. Sai Ram.
Sri Sathya Sai Institute of Higher Medical Sciences, Whitefields' mission is to provide high-quality medical care free of charge to all, irrespective of caste, creed, religion, and financial status, in an atmosphere of love and care. Started by our beloved Bhagwan Sri Sathya Sai Baba in the year 2001, Triblis IHMS Whitefield is fourth such venture of Sri Sathya Sai Central Trust to provide best of the best high quality medical and surgical care. It is a 333 bedded tertiary care hospital inaugurated by the then Prime Minister of India, Sri Atal Bihari Vajpayee. Shaped in the form of letter K, the hospital stands for Karuna or compassion and has been successful in performing over 21,193 cardiac surgeries, 26,406 neurosurgeries, 58,883 cardiology procedures, and 1337,973 OPD consultations since inception. Sai Ram.
Radio Sai.
Radio Sai was inaugurated by our beloved Bhagawan as a channel of World Space Satellite on 23rd November 2001. Over the years, Radio Sai has grown into internet radio streaming services in Asia, Africa, America, etc. We can even listen to Swami's discourses and bhajans. Heart to Heart is Radio Sai's e-journal. This journal started as a fortnightly publication and later was made into a monthly magazine. However, from 2009, it was converted into a dynamic journal updated at least 3-4 times a week. We can get Sai inspires and other updates from Radio Sai through emails. Since Swami's 86th birthday, that is on 23rd November 2001, the Radio Sai team has started the live video streaming of all programs that take place at Sai Kulwant Hall. Radio Sai was later changed to Media Center. Thank you. Saira.
Dina Janodharana Patakam is about rehabilitation of kids, orphaned or living with single parents in utter poverty and not taken care of. Once an incident in which a mother killed herself under 3 kids was reported in a newspaper, and Swami mentioned this in his October 2002 discourse and said it's our duty to help such kids. Immediately a task force was set up and 60 boys under 15 years and their 12 mothers were picked up. Thus DJP started on 20th July 2002. Swami personally supervised distribution of food, clothes, accessories, and accommodations to those kids. They started learning Vedam and would go for darshan every Thursday. On one such darshan, Swami gave them fruits, and a boy said, "Swami, I have fruits, but I want to study." Swami smilingly patted him, materialized a gold chain, and said, "Yes, you will." As Swami blessed, under DJP, a school building came up in February 2003, and boys started studying through English medium. And in July 2003, a residential complex with a prayer hall, kitchen with stores, and 200 rooms with attached washrooms with heaters came up at Sri Sathya Sai Nagar, Kammavaripalli village near Puttaparthi. In 2009, this Seva was assigned to Mr. Shanmukha Rao for the Andhra and Telangana states. Presently, there are 34 centers for boys and 2 for girls. Many are already doing so well professionally, and as we know, growing up in Swami's fold itself is a blessing than being elsewhere. Prayers to Swami that this Seva extends to all the states of the country and to all the countries of the world. Saira.
Ati Rudra Mahayagna, a worship to Lord Shiva and Godmother Shakti. This was performed in the Prashanti Nilayam from 19th to 20th of August 2006. Yagnasala had 11 Homa Kunda set up for the occasion in Sai Kulwant Hall. 150 kalsam were placed near the Homa Kundas. There were 135 priests performing the Yagna. In an Ati Rudra Mahayagnam, the Namakam will be recited 14,641 times and Chamakam 1,331 times, with the performance of 1,331 Rudra Homas by 121 district priests. The Mahayagna is the destroyer of all sorrows, provider of Chama is being performed for Loka Kalyana and good of all mankind, as well as to ensure universal peace and prosperity. It is indeed our good fortune that such a grand Vedic ritual is being performed in a selfless manner in the divine presence of Bhagavan. This 11-day Mahayagna is a rare opportunity to participate in or witness in one's lifetime. Saira.
In Sanskrit, Sahasra means thousand, Purna means full, and Chandra means moon. This grand event was performed to commemorate the completion of Bhagavan Sri Sathya Sai Baba's 83rd year in his earthly sojourn, as the avatar gazes at the full moon pearling in the sky for the 1000th time. On successful completion of 82 years of age, the Sahasra Chandra Darshanam is celebrated. This yajna was performed for a greater purpose to bring peace and happiness in the world and help redeem man from the cycle of birth and death. The yajna, which was conducted in Hillview Stadium in view of 1000 has two phases. Preparatory phase, we do various rituals offering some holy ablutions to the Lord Shiva at the end. Executive phase, Bhagavan occupied the throne positioned in a prominent place which was on the golden chariot. Sai Ram.
Bhagawan blessed the states of Maharashtra and Goa with his divine physical presence when he visited the states for 6 days from 28 October to 2nd November 2009. Balvika's children of Pune, in their traditional dress, offered their respectful greetings to Bhagavan. Sri Sathya Sai Panduranga Kshetra is a grand temple complex in surroundings of Hatshi village, Pune. On arrival, Bhagavan was welcomed by Tukaram Dindi by about 1200 villagers of Hatshi. Bhagavan blessed thousands of devotees with his divine darshan. On the morning of 29 October 2009, Bhagavan performed the Prana Pratishtha of idols in the three temples in the temple complex, namely Siddhivinayaka, Shirdi Sai Baba, Vitthal Rukmini temples. After this sacred ceremony, Bhagavan offered Purnahuti in the yajna. On the afternoon, Bhagavan blessed the Mammoth gathering of devotees with his divine discourse. Sai.
Inauguration of Anand Vas Shimla. Bhagwan visited Shimla in 2010 after 1975, a long gap of 35 years. Sri Shyam Sundar, State President of Sri Sathya Sai Seva Organizations of Himachal Pradesh, and Ms. Urmila Singh, the Governor of Himachal Pradesh, offered reverential welcome to Bhagwan amidst band music and folk music at Anand Vilas. Bhagwan ceremonially inaugurated the building and entered it. Bhagwan stood in the balcony and granted his divine darshan to thousands of devotees who had come from all parts of Himachal Pradesh. On the occasion of Bhagwan's visit, the Sathya Sai Seva Organization, Himachal Pradesh, set up the Sanathana Sarathi Golden Jubilee photo exhibition, Journey with Sai at Pujarli, Shimla. Thousands of devotees, after receiving the blissful darshan of Bhagwan, visited this exhibition, which highlighted the life, teachings, and visits of Bhagwan to different places. Jai Sai Ram.
Sri Sathya Sai Vidyavahini is the 85th birthday blessing of Swami to the nation. Swami launched the program on 23rd November 2010 to meet the growing need for holistic education for all. Education for all by all is the motto of this program. This program modularizes the process of education in such a way that every individual in the society can contribute their part, whether as an IT engineer or a teacher or a householder or even a youngster. This program has four main objectives: making education system more insightful, inspiring, enjoyable, and interactive. Sathya Sai Vidyavahini program provides a practical framework to implement integral education in such providing teachers with right content, training, and teaching aids. Sai Ram. Thank you.
95 తర్వాత.
On 24th April at 7:40 a.m., Swami left his physical body and changed his form from Saguna to Nirguna. He lay in state for 3 days. Last rites were made on the morning of 27th April, and Bhagwan's body was laid to rest in Sai Kulwant Hall in the presence of huge assemblage of devotees and also attended by a host of political luminaries. Millions of devotees of different faiths offered prayers and oblations. When we look at the balloon, we get convinced that there is air inside the balloon. But when it is blasted, air is still present. In the same way, Swami is present everywhere, even though he left his mortal coil. Like the great Bhakta Prahlada says in Telugu, Indu galadandu ledani sandehamu valadu, endendu vetikina andande galadu. Likewise, Swami is omnipresent. It is not Swami Samadhi, it is Swami Sannidhi. That's why millions of devotees across the world travel to Prashanti Nilayam to find solace and seek blessings from Swami. Sai.
Poste. 1 minute. 29th June 1963, 6:30 a.m. Swami willed on himself partial paralysis with severe heart attacks of his devotee as a prelude to the greatest miracle to happen. On the 8th day, 6th July, 6:30 p.m., during Guru Purnima Darshan, Swami revealed the truth behind. As expiation for the neglect that Shakti showed you at Kailasha for 8 days, this Shakti will suffer the stroke for 8 days when we both take birth as Sathya Sai, and on the 8th day, I shall relieve her from all signs of disease by sprinkling water. He then revealed his identity, that he belonged to Apasamba Bharadwaja Rishigotra. His mission to protect his devotees and the advent to take human form thrice to be born Bharadwaja lineage. Gave the Namaskaram blessing to devotees to strengthen the unification of thought, word, deed. The fruit of Vedic study, full and complete, will continue forever. Prematmanai Vitmahe Hiranya Garbhaya Dhimahi Tanna Satya Prachodaya. Jai Sai Ram. Whether this has gone or not, and we check up.
Shri Sai Ram.
Yeah. I'll start with it.
Yeah, Sai Ram. That was a wonderful program by all the 95 participants. I would first like to offer my humble offerings to Bhagawan for giving us this opportunity. Thank you, District President Chandrasekhar sir, for this wonderful idea. This program not only brought out Swami's life facets, but for the first time, I think the entire East District Mahila Vibhag have participated as one unit, for this offering. Very true to 95th birthday message, unite and serve. So all of us from all the wings, I can see Balvika's wing, Bhajan group, hospital staff, doctors, and many Balvika's coordinators, youth coordinators, youth girls, Seva, hospital Seva persons. Everybody has come together for this humble offering to Bhagawan. Thank you to all the resource persons behind the screens of the participants, making sure that the participants learn and fit the frame of 1 minute. They are, they were always coordinating and helped a lot. So I would mention all their names. Thank you, Mohita, that is the youth coordinator for hospital youth girls. Thank you, Rupa and Deepika Rani. Thank you, Gayatri, hospital staff. Thank you, Dr. Anuradha, Dr. Shubhra. Thank you, Sonia. Thank you, Sindhuja. Thank you to Bharati Vinod, a very big support for the Kundanhalli Samiti. Thank you, ITI Samiti, that is Sai Hema, Sai Nagalakshmi, Sai Bharati, Almelu Madam. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you, Hema, Youth Wing, Kadugodi, Meena, Beltur Youth Wing. Thank you, Sai Madhuri, that is from the hospital again. Thank you to Sheila and Ashwita from the Marathali Samiti, and thank you to Sonam to coordinate so beautifully to put all this together. And I would like to thank each and every participant to take out that 1 minute, which created this beautiful garland of love for Swami, and for this very smooth event to go on. Thank you so much, Sai Ram. Now we would have the Aarti offering by Meena.
Shanti, 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 Samasta Loka Sukhino Bhavantu, Samasta Loka Sukhino Bhavantu, Samasta Loka Sukhino Bhavantu. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Jai Bolo Bhagavan Shri Sathya Sai Baba Ji.